Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review, and next up on the list is the Hasbro 6-inch G.I. Joe Classified Series. This is Wave 2 Cobra Commander, number 6 in the line. So here we have it. Artwork looking awesome of Cobra Commander there. Here on the side artwork looks great as well. And to me, the side artwork in the front kind of have the regal Cobra Commander. Actually, that I'm noticing it. There's a lot more gold, his weapon, the cross strap there. So I'd have to double check the packaging of the Regal Cobra Commander if it uses that same artwork, but that's what I see when looking at the package. The back of the package, same thing that we see with all of the figures so far. Here is the other side with the different insignias for Cobra Commander. Not a whole lot else going on. Let's get this thing opened up. Oh, and before I get going, shout out to my good buddy Paul. He actually found this up in one of his targets. I think he found it in Vacaville. So they're hitting Northern California now. They're hitting in other places as well. I think Seattle or somewhere else got them. But Wave 2 is hitting Target. They do share the same DPCI as Wave 1, which is 087163310. So the same DPCI for Wave 1, Wave 2, no street date hassle, none of that. So be on the lookout for that. I don't suggest just going into Target and looking. Use something like popfinder.com, put in that DPCI and see if the stores get it. But you know, you never know. It could be Wave 1 that they have, could be Wave 2. So let's get it opened up. Okay, and here is the Cobra Commander figure out of the package, and a couple of things. The figure looks really good. I think I have an issue with mine, and then the articulation gets a little wonky because of the design of the figure. So we'll get into all of that right now. First, let's zoom in, take a closer look at Cobra Commander and his accessories. Okay, so here is the Cobra Commander figure up close. So first thing I want to talk about, since we're looking right at it, is his helmet. So I think mine might be a little warped, and I was thinking maybe it's just the way it came off looking in package. But you can see this, the left side of his helmet where it comes down, and the right side it comes up a little bit higher. It's definitely closer to his kind of his face plate there. But looking at the back of the helmet, you can see it's just not even all the way across. So again, I don't know if that's mine. If you guys already have this figure, you guys let me know down in the comments below how yours look. So it just looks kind of funky to me, where it comes down much further here but doesn't here. So that's why I think mine just got a little bit warped in maybe the manufacturing process there. But while we're looking at the helmet, nice shiny silver there for that faceplate. We get a little bit of shiny black up in the helmet as well. Then we get this silver line up there, and that's all painted quite nicely, actually. The paint for the rest of the figure all looks pretty good too. We get a lot of gold in there for the buttons. The red for the Cobra symbol there on his chest looks really good. That's painted nicely, especially since, you know, they got this gold chain right there that's sculpted and molded right in front of it. So they were actually able to do that quite nicely. We get the painted on Cobra logos on his gauntlets on the right and the left, so that looks good. Silver and black throughout, and I like the texture of the suit that he's wearing. It kind of gives it that snakeskin look. That all looks really good. And then down the red stripe down his leg, and it has that same texture as those black portions up here. Kind of looks like snake scales. The sheath has that same pattern to it. Just black boots there. The inside of his cape is red. The rest of it is just black. Silver there on the shoulder. We get a gold Cobra logo there. A little bit of gold paint there. So all that looks pretty good. So now let's take a look at his accessories. So he comes with an additional pair of interchangeable hands. So he has a fist for his left. The other left fist that he comes with is an open hand, and we know from the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that there's an additional accessory that one will be coming with that he can hold. So I think that's why they made that hand. So another fist for his left. His right has a trigger finger hand, and then we have an additional hand, pointing finger hand for his right hand. And all I can think about is Unparalleled Universe using the hand to point at things like he does with that Captain America hand. So maybe he's got a new one to use if he gets this figure. Here he comes with a pistol, and it is painted, so we actually get a painted weapon, but it's still all just one color. But it's a nice shiny silver color, and the sculpting of it is ridiculous. Look at all the little details on this thing, and this thing is tiny. So that all looks really, really good there. That's actually a snake head down there in the handle. That's crazy. So that is nice. And then the sword that he comes with, it actually fits right in the sheath, no problem. And this one's painted as well, so we get gold for the handle, silver for the blade. It is actually silver paint. It's not just the color of the plastic, so we got paint on this guy. So that is quite nice. The sculpt of it looks pretty good. And then the handle actually has a cobra head on it, and that's just painted gold. That looks really, really nice. Really like the way that came out looking. Now let's see his wonky articulation. Okay, so Cobra Commander's articulation, again, I mentioned that it's wonky. It's kind of wonky. So down, he's only going to look down. Oh, he can look down that much. So that additional neck peg that's independent of the neck hinge gets it to where he can actually look down. He can look up all the way. So that is really good. You get full rotation, of course, in there, and then you get some pivot. The way that separate neck piece is under there, though, you can see that it's definitely a little bit different because it's kind of recessed into this collar piece. So you don't get that same range of motion as the other G.I. Joe figures. So it is what it is. Not bad in any way, but just to give you guys a heads up. Okay, the left arm could go up that high. This, is that called a pauldron? I don't think that really gets in the way too much. As you can see, the right arm only goes up so high as well. But you get full rotation in there, of course. There is an upper bicep swivel. You get a double jointed elbow, which works out really, really well, as you can see there. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. This is a normal hinge. This is the roll of the dice type hinge on the right hand. He does have butterfly joints, so you're only going to get the arm to go back so far. You got to kind of push it a little bit. So going back, you get that much. But going forward, obviously not nearly as much, but you do get a little bit. And then this butterfly piece right there really sticks out compared to some of the other ones. So here's where it gets wonky. So we have the inverted ab crunch and then the diaphragm ball to give you that rocker. I think this guy has it, although it's not real clear because I think you can see it. So this piece right here that goes to like his coat, it's like a rubber material, but then it extends into the ab crunch itself, so it doesn't stop at any point. So that rocker is hidden in there. You don't really see it. So doing the ab crunch, though, you can get him to crunch forward that much. Going back is a little bit of a challenge because it's just quite stiff and it feels like I just broke the damn thing, but I know I didn't. Goes back is only that much, but look at the way the ab crunch looks. Like it's a really ugly joint doing that. There we go. Get it back to normal. That waist rocker, you can use it a little bit, so you can tilt to the side that much, tilt to the other side that much. The going back really isn't going to work because then you're just using the ab crunch and then bending at the leg, so it doesn't really work that way. Legs you can get out to go this much, which is disappointing because all the other ones have basically done a full split, whereas this guy just doesn't. He does have the drop down hips, so kicking forward he goes up that high, drop down that hip and you can go up a little bit higher, but this jacket piece again kind of hinders that a little bit. Upper thigh cut in there, you get a double jointed knee, and I think it's an ugly knee bend because it's very flat because of the way it is. It's hidden with the boot, but when you bend the knee, I think it looks really, really bad. There is a swivel at the boot, and it's a very high boot because it goes all the way up to his knee, but there is a swivel in there. The foot hinges all the way down. You get a little bit of a hinge up, peg holes at the bottom of the feet, and you get that ankle rocker pivot. So same articulation scheme as all the other G.I. Joe figures, just not as effective with the way this coat is designed. Okay, so before moving on to some side-by-side comparisons, I wanted to show you kind of along with his weapons and what he can do. Because these are painted, I'm really worried that I'm going to get some paint rub and some of that paint rubbing off of him. Now, I know this open hand, he's not really made to hold his sword, but his fingers actually fit right in that blade perfectly. I know that's not really a good look, but it can work if that's something that you want to do, because the way this hand is closed, it's pretty tight in there, and you're really going to have to work it to get him to hold the sword. And again, I'd be concerned with the paint rub because you really have to open up those fingers to get it around the thumb. So you can do it. But just be aware, be careful, just I'm concerned about it. Same with the pistol. You have to kind of work it in. It goes in there much easier than the sword, though. And then you can get him to hold it like so. There you go. Okay, and here we have some members of Cobra together. We have Destro, Cobra Commander, the Cobra Trooper, and Storm Shadow, which I'm hearing this Storm Shadow is actually a G.I. Joe outfit that he had, and not actually when he was a part of Cobra, but the packaging shows it as Cobra, so that's why I included it here. So you can see I really like Cobra and Trooper and Cobra Commander. The blues match, so that is really good to really give it that uniform look. So if you have a bunch of Cobra Troopers surrounding Cobra Commander, I think it's going to look really good. So all of you guys that are talented in figure photography, I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do with Cobra Commander. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Cobra Commander figure. I really like it. I think it's more of the aesthetic appeal for it because the articulation does get wonky compared to the other G.I. Joes. So, you know, all the other G.I. Joes, I was really used to what the articulation was, but then this one, it really kind of threw me off a little bit, but I understand why, you know, the design of that coat, and then even though you have like Roadblock, Beachhead, and the Cobra Trooper that can't even use the ab crunch at all, so it's kind of one of those give and takes. I think it looks really good. I am disappointed in the helmet. Hopefully it's just mine and it's not something across the board with everyone's. You know, we shall see. Switching out the hands, I think I had mentioned earlier on the hands that, you know, which ones they go. The pointing finger is actually his right hand, not his left, which I think I mentioned on his left. And then the extra fist that he comes with is actually for his left hand. So the pointing finger replaces the trigger finger, as you can see there. Pretty easy to swap out, but they do have longer pegs, kind of like the Power Rangers Lightning Collection has really longer pegs. So do be careful when switching out the hands on this guy. But there's the Cobra Commander. You guys let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on it. Have you found it in your local Walmart? Again, they share the same DPCI as Wave 1, 087163310. So good luck out there. Let me know down in the comments below if you find it, what you think. If you guys liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.